brothers and sisters, BNS, spectators, as far as English are them important, and this one is helping a great number of persons being connected with a great number of persons in the world. The one solution is English. English is the greatest, as I've said, English broadcasting material. English is helping a great number of persons knowing about more things in English. English is the one place that you can find persons debated, exchanging things related, English. What we have to do, just one answer, is just to stay in touch. Each Tuesday it's 5:30 p.m. and on Friday it's 8:00 a.m. Just it's H television with DM Yala.
Yes, thanks, my engineer, Jonathan Mwanda, for these nice parts. We're so happy to be here again this moment for trying to talk about this daily subject based on, education, education problem in DRC. First, I'm very happy to know that a lot of people spread in Matadi, even out of Matadi, are watching us right now, just in foreign countries. Abroad, we are very happy first to know people spread watching us, I'm very happy. So I do greet you a lot, we have a place that you have got these great opportunities for watching us right now. We want to spend this wonderful time together with your teacher, Mr. Gada Biala. So today I'm very happy to be with my team. We got this guy, Dan Nonzau, again, Jonathan Mwanda. Both we want to make pleasure to develop about this daily subject names education problem in DRC. Today we over with this school year, and so that we want to highlight all people. Maybe you are from foreign countries, but you are, our. So let's watching these parts, then you're gonna be happy. Nice pleasure to be with my guest. This guy's name, Mr. Chami, Ndudi. With him, we want to come back with this new subject. So it is an English teacher from Oreb School. With him, we want to come back with this new subject. So let me just directly greeting my guest, Mr. Chami. Chami?
Yes, Mr.
God. Are you fine?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Yeah, fine. How do you feel first?
Yeah, quite well. I was well welcomed.
It is your first moment joining English show, your first time being with us today. Your first moment, how do you feel first joining English show?
Yeah, I'm so happy.
English, you know what I'm saying?
I'm so happy to be in English show because this was my dream since long time, and today it is realized.
Okay.
Yes, thanks to God, and thank you for you, Mr. God.
Very nice to be with Mr. Chaming. Mr. Chaming is, I want to come back to remind all guys, it is an English teacher from Oreb School, the only one, a bilingual school in Matadi, Congo Central, I'm saying, sorry, Oreb School. This guy is an English teacher. There with them, we want to talk about this, problem, education problem in DRC. Cham?
Yes.
Why this subject today?
Yes, this subject today because, the education is the key. Mr. God, today people are suffering about education. We have got many sicknesses, illnesses, maladies,
okay.
But the education also is something which has to be treated, which must have a cure in our country.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the reason why today this topic is very necessary to be talked about.
Right, I guess that you have listened correctly about all explanations given here with my guess, But Mr. Chan, Chanmin, education is a wild concept, you know what I'm saying? So a wild subject. So can a wise, you know what I'm saying? So you can just first try to highlight all guys what does it mean first education while saying about education. Can you define first what does it mean?
Absolutely. Yes. In the first part, what people should know, education is the art of bringing up or nurturing a child. So a child needs education. He has to be brought up. He has to be nurtured up in order to have the good senses of life. That is education.
Children?
Yes, a child, because we are talking education in singular.
Okay.
In singular, we see first a child, because the child is the main subject of education, the main actor of education, a child. But in general, children.
That's,
yes.
I mean, that's your focus on is just children. As
yes,
far as
children.
we are just based on education, teaching education.
Yes, of course, because today we are going more to talk about education system in DRC, which is into education. So we see a child or children, and the other things also with grown-up people will be discussed here.
I think that's, I'm very happy first, reminding guys that it's very nice to be with my guest for today, Mr. Chanmin is an English teacher. But, in Central, while community, that means we are just being focused on children matter.
Yeah, children matters.
Teaching education matter. So, but you can first, try to what are different kinds of education that we can find right now in our society, in DRC.
Yes, in our society, Mr. God, I can quote formal education, informal education, and no formal education. These are kinds of education that we can find in our society.
Can you make it clear first?
Yes, the formal education, what we can find through houses. In our house, it is what parents are bringing up to children.
Okay.
And if we take informal education, it is something that you can be brought up through ways, roads, televisions, radios, internet, and so on.
So that is a simple, difference that we can quote
Yes.
about just formal and informal
Yeah.
education. But right now we are just merely talking about formal.
Yeah, we are going to talk about all, but we are going to be more focused on formal education.
So let me just first reminding guys, so I want just to come back to see my, this guy, Jonathan Monda, to take these first parts, then we're gonna come back to continue and develop about what we are talking today. Let's give us the first parts named, lesson 1. That's the lesson is merely about the use of some and any. After that, we are going to come back with my guest, Mr. Chan. Lesson 1.
Do you have any questions about when to use some and any? I have some helpful tips for you today. Hey there, I'm Emma from English. Now, these two words, they're very common English words that are often confused and misused by English learners. And although they seem to have very similar meanings, they're not often interchangeable. So it's important to know which word to use and when to use it. In this video, I'm going to clear up some of that confusion so that you can avoid making those mistakes in the future. We'll go through the meaning of some and any, the general uses, and some of the exceptions to the rules. So make sure you keep paying attention throughout the video There's going to be a quiz at the end. Now, if you're not a subscriber yet, then click that button just down there and become one. You can also use the tools down there to slow down the video speed in case I'm speaking a little too quickly for you. You can control that right down there. The first thing you need to know is that we use some and any before plural and uncountable nouns. And we do it to talk about a certain number or amount of something when we don't actually know exactly how much or how many of that thing we want. So I need to buy some bread. I'm saying that I need to buy an amount of bread, but I'm not being specific. I'm not saying exactly what number or amount I need. Is there any pasta left? Now again, we want to know if there's pasta left, but I don't really care about the specific amount. I just want to know if there is an amount. Now, because some and any are both used in quite similar situations, it's often difficult to know which one you should use, right? So we're going to go over the general grammar rules to help you decide which one to use, but definitely stick around until the end of this lesson. There are some exceptions to these rules that you need to know, and I'll get to those in a little bit. But later on, I've also got a quiz that's going to help you to test what you've learned in this lesson. So as a general rule, we use some with positive or affirmative sentences. I left some soap for you in the kitchen. Please treat us with some respect. He said he would get the cat some food from the shop. Now we use any with negative sentences and questions. Okay? Did you leave any soap for me? Do you have any respect for us? Did you get the cat any food from the shop? So that's pretty simple, right? There are some clear rules there. But like many things in English, there are several exceptions to this rule as well. Now this is where the fun starts. All right, take a look at this question. Can you pick up some coffee on your way home? We use some. And it's a question. Now this is an exception. We use some in questions when you're pretty sure that the answer will be yes. I'm asking you to pick up coffee because I know there's a high probability or a strong chance that you'll say yes, that you will buy the coffee. Now often questions that we are expecting the answer to be yes are offers or requests, okay? Would you like some milk in your coffee? All right, I'm being polite. I'm asking you, but I know that you probably want milk in your coffee. Now, if I said, would you like any milk in your coffee? I'm asking because I actually don't really know if you have milk in your coffee or not. Do you need me to lend you some money? Now, I already know that you need money and I'm expecting you to say yes. But if I said, do you need me to lend you any money? I'm asking because honestly, I don't really know the answer. Now, this isn't the only exception, okay? We have a couple more important ones to get through, but that one is an important one to remember. All right, so that was a very subtle difference. Now let's move on to the second exception. Before I said that any is used in negative sentences and not positive ones, right? You remember? But you can use any in an affirmative sentence or a positive sentence if the sentence has a negative feeling. Now, positive sentences that include negative feelings usually have words like hardly, never, rarely, and without in them. It's silly to go traveling without any money in the bank. Now, this sentence is a positive structure, but we're talking about the lack of money, which is a negative feeling or a negative idea. That's what we're talking about. He hardly has any hair left. Now, there's one last situation where any can be used in an affirmative sentence. Now, this is a special exception because it's also the only...
Thanks my engineer Jonathan Mwanda for this nice part. That was very simple. So this part's named lesson 1 we used to present that can be a small parts of lesson in order to allow all guys, learners, students, parents to master some basic notions on grammar. But today the lesson was the use of some and any, quelques en français. That was given ideas general to all children and students who like too much this show named English. But I want to come back with my guest. The name is very simple, Mr. Charming Dudi. With him we are trying to highlight comments with these new subjects based on education problem in DRC. It is an English teacher from Oreb School, a bilingual school in Congo Central. So with him we are trying to give ideas. Mr. Cham?
Yeah.
So I think that, after giving what you have explained,
Yeah.
now we can develop what is
Yeah.
very necessary for us based on the subjects.
Of course. Yeah.
Can you talk about, after just giving two kinds of education you have said that we got formal and informal. You explain,
Yeah.
but we're gonna be focused on teaching matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes, but now can you speak about different causes of that impairment?
Yes. Some causes saying to it that our education will be impaired are negative payments or unpayments, scientific dishonesty,
Yes.
the misrespect of the country's laws, bribery or corruption, and there are a lot.
Yeah, I get you have listened while citing, while quoting some, causes of these impairments or problem that we are facing today in our education problems. So system, sorry.
Yeah.
So you have said that we got, impairments,
yeah.
just problem of wage.
Wage, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you sure about what you are expressing today? Is the problem?
Yeah,
Main
very
causes
sure.
of that.
Very sure. Unpayments, negative payments. Yeah, most of people or teachers in DRC are suffering about the wage. They are suffering too much. And the reason why they have the weakness of working so hard. And those weaknesses are the main cause.
Okay.
The main cause of education
Impairments?
Impairments.
Are you a teacher?
Yes, I am.
It's Oreb School.
Yes, of course.
Are you talking about impairments?
At our school,
You are facing same problem?
I don't find any problem about unpayment. So
Are you
I'm
sure?
talking for others.
Are you sure?
I just want first to defend for
Are you
others.
sure?
So sure.
It isn't because you are a teacher at Oreb School.
Yes, I'm a teacher at our
That's
school.
why you are defending your school. Know what I'm saying?
I'm not defending my school. My school has not got the problem of unpayment.
We can just come back to see the head of Oreb School, Mr. Rapi Kalulu.
Yeah.
He's watching us right now at home. That means you are so sure today that we don't have a problem of this.
There any problem of unpayment?
You afraid?
We are not
You're
so
afraid
afraid.
of
Why? Why am I going
Are
to
you
be
receiving
afraid?
money?
We are receiving money each month and regularly.
You afraid of what?
No, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
come on.
So I want just
I
to
can just come back to see all guys.
Yeah.
You are sure?
So sure, Mr. God, we don't have any problem of unpayment at Oreb School because I have just taken my money.
That means
Yes,
you are defending others.
I'm defending others because the education matter is not a specific case, it is the general case. So we are talking in general.
Okay.
So as we are talking in general, things must be well in general everywhere.
Okay.
Yes.
That means, how did you find that? How can you confirm that? How can you just say that today, the teachers are facing problems? No?
They are facing problems because before coming at Oreb school, I faced problems like those.
That means, come on, man, listen first. That means at the time you go back again, you're gonna say the same. Like that.
I faced many
you
problems.
You can see me what I'm saying. People are watching us nowadays, nowadays, from South Africa, people from Bandundu are calling us, people from even just our I've said that Australia, I've seen just some calls. People are watching us right now. Are you sure today, if today you leave Oreb school, you're gonna come back with the same sound?
I don't know first.
That's good.
I don't know first.
On payment. That's good.
I cannot go somewhere they don't. I cannot go where they don't pay well. I have first to check what is great there.
Are you sure that Oreb school is the final?
That is the best.
Okay, let me just save date of today. We got today is the 4th July, you know what I'm saying? 4th July, that if you come back with that, I'm gonna come back, what you have said.
Oreb is fine, Oreb is the best. And things that we have firsts in the former schools, in the former societies, are things which are leading us to discuss about this topic. Because teachers are working hard, but unpaid.
Okay.
And when they are unpaid, they will not be encouraged to teach well, as well as possible.
So they
don't prepare. Others don't prepare
lessons.
They don't prepare lessons, and the others are using former copybooks.
Case of other schools.
Case of other schools.
Not Oreb.
Not Oreb. You are preparing every day.
I can see. What I like too much is that the guy is defending Oreb school. Know what I'm saying? Come on, you are taking part of that.
Sure, I'm proud.
But other schools, they are not preparing lessons. They are not planning all stuff. They are coming just like that teaching.
Like that with the yellow copybooks. It is what I first, when I was studying first.
You were doing
the teacher when I was studying. Even when I was studying. The teacher was coming with a yellow copybook, Mr. God, a yellow copybook with many mistakes. And us, as we were already open-eyed, we were correcting other mistakes of past participles. So we, the teacher, didn't see what is happening there on the board, because they were using yellow copybooks with many mistakes used by the former teachers.
All were just problem of on payment.
Because if they were well paid, that couldn't happen.
In that case, I've said you seems to be a defender. He is a lawyer of all teachers. Today, that means you gain money.
I didn't gain any money, but we want only to give some cause which are destroying, which are impairing the education in DRC.
A part of impairments?
Yeah, there is also a scientific dishonesty. It is what I have just talked about.
Yes.
Scientific dishonesty is what? Mistakes, first of all. Mistakes. When you didn't prepare well your lesson, you just go to take your former copybook used, I don't know by who. You are going to take it. After that, you are going to write directly on the board, and your headmaster, your principal, has not got also any time to check, to verify all those things.
Are you urging the same?
That is the scientific dishonesty.
Are you urging the same at Oreb school?
That is not the same. There is a difference.
Can't you join school without joining classes, without being checked? They are checking documents.
At Oreb school, before going,
pedagogy documents are checked.
All the pedagogical documents have to be checked by the head of the department, or by the principal, or the prefects, and so on.
But it is in the case of other schools.
In other schools, I tell it is what we first He has been sleeping at home. By waking up, directly he's going to look for his bag, taking the form a copybook, and he will come at school. Directly, you pupils, you are going to write, and if you find a mistake, you are there to correct.
That means
and if there is a new way, the teacher is going to send you to take him the dictionary.
You were acting the same.
That
before coming at Oreb school?
Before coming at Oreb school, that was the case. But right now, it is not what I'm
But you were acting the same. You were doing so.
As a teacher, I was preparing because I have that
you are
that
just taking
mind.
Your parts.
I have that,
you are just taking your parts, you know?
Not totally, but I'm speaking in general.
Okay. Yeah. We got just this problem. And the second, the third is what?
The third, I said, it is corruption or bribery. Corruption. Corruption. Because the corruption is there because of unpayments, negative payments.
Okay.
Teachers will be there to corrupt with pupils. They are going to ask money from pupils. They are going to make the lists. You know, you have to give 2,000, 2,000, 5,000, 5,000
you were doing
for
so?
each.
You were hurting the same? That was your case too?
That was not my case.
But how do you know that?
I know that because I was living together with them.
While being a children, while being a pupil, you were hurting the same?
I was eating the same.
Just giving money and giving.
You can give because other things were compulsory. If you don't give, you have a problem. Even though you have succeeded,
okay,
but you will have a problem to the teachers.
Giving money for having marks.
Marks.
That was
exactly.
The problem.
That
Yes.
was the problem.
Even though you got empty, you got nothing in your hearts, you give money.
You give money, they are giving you marks.
You got marks.
Yeah, right.
It's a problem.
That is the problem.
Just impairments.
Impairments.
You know, we got corruptions today, but we got other teachers from just grade school that were just the head is paying correctly, the boss is paying correctly, but they are hurting the same, using bribery, corruptions.
I don't think so, because where I am, I did not face something of, I didn't face anything of like that.
But are you sure that today bribery is based on payments?
On payments.
It isn't just, that can be just a behavior of each of us.
Behavior, good, but when there is already on payment, it is something, even though you don't have that behavior, that case, but it can already lead you.
Okay.
It can already lead you.
Let's just take in the case of just Oreb school today, you know, Boss Happy is managing things correctly, the head of this school.
Yeah.
But one day, you know, things can be up and down. This month, they've paid, but another one, they didn't pay it. You know what I'm saying? So, you're gonna just hurting with the robberies?
Robberies, because it is something also.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes.
I see, I understand. Robberies, it is also something which must be already in the blood, in your blood.
That's right now. That I've said.
I am accustomed of doing
righteous
my work as I can.
Correctly. So I think that you are not concerned.
I'm not concerned about
others,
bribery, corruption.
But if I go and check, where you from?
If you go and check, yes, we're taking something of like that
before Oreb school.
We were taking because
where you were from?
Yes, where we no, I cannot mention the name.
But if I go inside, I've gone and check.
If you have gone, you can go.
They're gonna say same?
They can say yes.
The guy
because
was
we were obliged to
right?
take something. We were obliged to take something because you can see 2 months.
Can you see? Can you come back about what I'm saying, Mr. Chami?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if I return back where you from, I go back where you from, they were gonna say the same?
The same thing.
The guy wasn't taking bribery?
I was taking. We're obliged to take.
As
because,
a teacher?
2 months without being
As a
paid.
teacher?
As a teacher.
You were taking
We were taking, yes. We're taking
That means,
Yes.
you were just inside robberies.
briberies.
Yeah, guy,
inside.
listen to me first.
Yes.
Before joining Oreb school,
Yeah.
that means as a teacher,
Yeah.
you were taking just robberies from children, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, of course, but it was not taken into
For
account.
marks,
For marks,
That
I
means
can,
you were killing children too. You know what I'm
I was not killing because in my mind, even though because those children also in their mind as they know that
Now, as a teacher,
as a teacher,
dedicated to-
it is what
Yeah.
it is what I'm saying.
you were doing so.
Not at all. But
But you were having money.
in the case where a pupil comes to meet me, to meet Mr. God,
You were
if
taking
there's
money.
something I can take,
No, you were
but
taking
not
for that.
totally taking
No.
that
My
for-
problem is just
Yeah.
you were taking money.
Yes, of course I was taking too.
Okay, let me just remind you guys. Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, people, this guy were taking money too for maxis, eh?
We're
Yeah,
taking,
yeah. Nah,
but,
that's all. In short,
yeah.
you were taking money
we're taking.
for giving max.
Not totally forgiving
No,
much.
no,
My problem
come
is
on,
this.
man.
Please,
Relax.
please. I was taking.
Yeah.
Sure. But what I was used to
maxis.
telling them, what
Yeah.
I was used to telling them,
Yes.
if you are not intelligent, even though you come to give me your 5,000,
Yeah.
your 3,000, I am going to eat that. But I'm going to consider what. you
Let me
have
come
done
back about what
on
I'm
your
saying,
paper.
Mr. Chaming.
Yes.
People abroad, a lot are watching this show, Unleash, right now.
Yeah.
Were you taking money, yes or not?
Taking money, yes, but not.
No, you can stop by there.
Yeah.
Okay, come on. Second question.
Yeah.
That money was saving just for giving maxis?
Yeah,
Be
money,
right.
money was not saving for giving pupils marks.
But you were earning like that.
I was eating. It is what I was
Can you
telling.
be right?
I was eating, but
Now, it isn't the case of
Yeah.
Oreb school, you know what I'm saying?
That is not the case of-
The head of Mr. Rapi Kaludu is not the case of Oreb school, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, were you taking money?
I was taking money, but
Just for giving maxis?
not only for giving maxis.
But you were giving two maxis, sometimes.
I was not giving them maxis because I was telling them you have to read every day.
The guy is escaping.
You have to
Let's break
yeah.
a bit so you can
Yeah.
let's come back to him.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Mr. Jonathan Wanda, I want to take this part. We have named back the speech. This gives people ideas about how different guys are expressing things. So, this with the pastor, Stephen from United States, we want to see first how can you master some basic expressions. Do saints has through this number 4, or you go through Facebook, you write Dieu merci à la officielle, you send just your sentence, 5 sentences. If you are accurate, you can gain what we have planned. Jonathan, the speech.
Talk a little bit about this topic, how to defy your default setting. I'm just setting y'all up this week. I hope you're going to stick with me for January, because a lot of us accept our default setting in a situation as our destiny. When I wake up in the morning, my first thought isn't great is thy faithfulness, O God, my Father. One man said, I don't wake up in the morning and say, what did he say? Good morning, Lord. I wake up and say, good Lord, it's morning. That's me. That's morning me. Not only is my breath bad in the morning, my beliefs are bad too. Y'all brush your teeth? I have to brush my beliefs in the morning. I have to. I promise you, I have to. If I don't do that in the morning, it's going to be a meltdown by 10 a.m. Maybe 2, in the best case scenario. But what I'm learning, not only from my life, but from this passage as I study it, is that the awareness of how I start doesn't have to become indicative of where I end. And, watch this, I cannot use authenticity as permission to sin. So I can't just wake up and think a certain way and act a certain way if I belong to God and just call it being real. He didn't say be real. He said be righteous. Oh, no. Well, I'm just saying what I feel. Who told you to do that? I'm just speaking my mind. What a horrible book to be speaking from. The book of your mind? The book of your brain, which has been, what the scripture says, corrupted by deceitful desires? That's the problem. Do you? Which me? The me that wants to be happy right now at all cost? Or the me that will thank me in 10 years for the decisions I made right now? Which one? Do you? Which one? The one that's gonna kick my butt if I keep acting like this for the next 5 years? The me that I don't wanna see reproduced in my kids? That one? Just do that? Yeah, just do you. Just do me? Just like my dad did him and he did him. No, I believe that there is a power in Christ for you to decide that I don't want to be like what I came from. I want to be like I was created for. So I wake up in the morning, I got to get some of God's word. I can't start responding to text first thing in the morning. I can't touch the screen and start telling people what I think and what I feel first thing in the morning. I got to get to Deuteronomy chapter 7 and see what God says. Then maybe I can say something. I got a little gratitude journal. I got to write some things down I'm thankful for in the morning. So I'll just start thinking about what I need today. Because I'll start the whole day in a deficit, all day down around, run around thinking like I don't have enough strength, I don't have enough energy, unless I start somewhere else. No, just do you. I'm not doing that anymore. I did me. It almost killed me. I did me, but I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless, I live. I did me. That's too small of an apartment for me to live in. That apartment has roaches. That apartment doesn't have any electricity. That thing is corrupted, corroded, and deceived by sin. So I came with the New Year series to tell you, not me, but in the Lord, that you are being called this year to do the new you. And you are not supposed to like new when you first start doing it. And you don't have to like it at first to do it. I went up, Buck, and counted 2,100 and something workouts I did since we built the Pound. That's the little workout room at my house. 2,100 something workouts. When we met, I was so inconsistent in working out. I was like, you know, man, I'm just really not one of these guys that comes in and works out consistently. I do it when I can get around to it. I told him that. I was doing me. I told him how I would and wouldn't exercise. But you know what? They got in there and helped me and kept me accountable. And then I counted. It's been 8 years now. 8 years.
The speech. I think that's all, guys. People spread in Matadi International. You have mastering what we have presenting in this moment. That was just for helping all people, televiewer, to be accustomed with the different accent of people. That was just the pastor Stephen with his gospel, and I think that you have mastering what the guy pastor was explaining. That means try to send us 5 sentences what you have kept in your mind, so that we can receive that and see if you accurate, you got suitable sentences. In that case, we're gonna call you after and trying to give you gifts. But now I'm with my guest. It is one of us at Oreb School, Mr. Chaming, Ndudi. With him, we are trying to highlight, guys, people spread about this daily subject based on education problem in DRC. We are trying to talk about causes, we got effects, and some remedies that we can quote in this show today, just for helping all guys. So, Mr. Chairman,
Yeah, Mr. God.
very happy to see the way that you are, dealing with us. So through this show, after speaking about just citing, commenting about different causes of
Yeah.
these impairments we have.
Yes.
So let's now open. The last was robbery.
Robbery,
Today
yeah.
we have seen that teachers are exposed just for that. So let's talk about efforts of these impairments in this country.
Yes. Thank
Okay,
you,
let me
Mr.
just get this guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a call. Hello? Hello? I'm sorry. The guy is good. So thanks. So you can just, if you got credits, you can call and give us your comments based on what we have planned. Jonathan, we need a subject. On a besoin du sujet that's very necessary for us. That can give people idea about what we are talking today. So Peter will be writing a subject, Mr. Jonathan Mwanda, and that will please people. Yes.
Okay. In as much as there is bribery, that can.
The guys come.
Okay.
Sorry. Hello. Sorry. Hello. How are you? Hello. How are you?
Yeah, fine, you do.
Yeah, fine. What's your name, please?
Hello.
What's your name, please?
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, fine. What's your name, please?
Yeah, I'm fine, you do.
Yeah. What's your deal? Based on the subjects.
Yeah, I'm following you directly from home.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Miss David.
Okay.
I'm Miss David.
What is your contribution based on the subjects? There is a little problem. I think that there is a small problem of just interrupting with us. So let's talk about efforts.
It is what I was saying. In as much as bribery, corruption is on the top, that is going to put or to make other pupils to be weak
Okay.
in the problem of reading, writing, calculating, and having a good knowledge.
Okay.
Because you can see if you go to Arab school, grade 1 pupils are reading, they are writing French, even English.
Okay.
But that is not the case for other schools.
Okay.
That is not the case for other schools. If you go, you'll see grade 1 pupils just reading letters, not sentences, not words. They are just reading letters or something of like that. But us, when you come, you will see them reading sentences, texts, and so on.
I mean that you have said that they are unable to read.
To read because
Unable
of
to.
impairments.
Impairments.
Yes, you're right.
So a part of that this is among effects that we
Effects,
can
yeah.
watch. So we got others.
Yes, others, you know that Mr. Gardner, pupils will give up reading the notebooks at home because they know that even though I'm not going to read, but arriving at the day of the test or exam, I'm going just to give money to the teacher, and the teacher is going to give me marks. That's also influence.
Okay.
Yes, that
They
is
are
also
they are
another
not reading,
effect.
revising the
They are not
notes.
revising at home.
Okay.
Yes,
They are relaxing,
relaxing at home,
watching television,
watching television, being in Facebook,
Chatting and
chatting in WhatsApp, and so on.
because they know that after that, even I fail, I'm gonna just give money.
Reading or not, I'm
Yeah.
going to pass the class, I'm going to succeed because I know my teacher is going to ask me something. Yeah, that is the
As we have said,
difference.
you know.
As we have just talked about,
Yeah, talked about
Yeah.
taking money
taking money
from
children, but not because the case of Mr. Cham, because Mr. Chami was telling them
that was the former
behavior. But
now you have changed
because also
totally
changed.
Can I swear?
Yes, I can swear the name of God, Jesus. Yeah.
You know, people are watching us. It's not me, you know, guys. It's not me. Thanks for all the messages. Sorry, merci pour les SMS. That we gonna show us that we are together. Try to send, and that's we gonna read. So that was your former behavior. It isn't today.
Former behavior, but Mr. Chami was not taking money for Max.
Okay.
But that is not also the problem of today, because where he is now, things are positive.
Arab school. And that's why, so you know, you have said that children are not revising their notes. They are relaxing. They become weak.
So weak.
You know, just poor in their minds.
Poor, yeah.
Scientific, you know,
Yeah.
scientifically, you know what I'm saying? So they are not just doing better about what they have to do. Exactly.
Yeah, because of bribery, corruption, those are things which are influencing them, and they are missing many knowledge. Many knowledge, please.
Yes.
They are missing many knowledge, and the reason why when they are going abroad, when they are going to change the school where things are positive,
Yes.
and they are going to face many problems.
Okay.
Many problems. The reason why at the higher school or other schools which are well organized are organizing the texts before being the pupil. They have to test you in French, mathematics, something of like
To
that.
see that if you
Yes.
are able,
Yeah.
see if you are able to manage what you are doing.
Yeah.
So I think that was just an effect of what we are talking today. But as far as we are going step by step to over the today's show, we have to come back with the after causes. We got efforts. But let's speak about remedies. Remedies such as solutions that we can find.
Right.
You know, while saying about just education problems.
Yes, we have some solutions which are going to fix things, which are going to arrange things, to put things in the right way. For example, positive payments. Absolutely. Also, what I can say, obedience of the country's laws.
Okay.
Also, moral parents, because we must also have parents which have good morals to their children. We have to put them there while eating at the table. They can give a good moral. Yeah, something of like that.
I guess that all are just some advice that parents have to master today while you want to have this balance based on education of your child at home, that you have to respect what my guest, Mr. Chami, was, quoting here. So you can just greet 2 or 3 persons, guys.
Okay, thank you, Mr. God, for this last word. I can greet the English department from Arab School. Why not the French department of Arab School? Also my family, my friends. I love you too much. You are a lot. I cannot finish greeting you here. But Mr. Charming loves you too much. And I greet all of you who know me and who don't know me. Thank you.
All right. They've get you. Because now Arab School is in the national channel. That means all guys people have mastered by the reading of my guest.
Yeah.
So let me just come back to see those guys people spread in Matadi, even out of Matadi. So that was Unleash your show, English show in Matadi, Congo Central. So with Mr. Gad, the subject was very simple: education problem in DRC. So that we were talking about causes, efforts, and some remedies we have said. So let me just say hello to my boss, Happy Kalulu. It's on again, Mami Solange Kalulu. I greet you. I greet my biological mother, Malondanza Rebecca, again my mother. So all families, Muru Kinke Lavstin, Gigi, Ani, Adula, Jean-Pierre Philippe Olungulus, I have to greet. So I greet my two chiefs. Then I've said, Eme Talani again, Prince Nzao, why not my team, my, soldier. Dan Nzao, again, Jonathan Mwanda. I do greet all guys. Let me say hello to my wife, Sentish. Yeah, this guy, yes. Muntu Jansi, I do greet my soldier too. So I do greet my wife, Sentish Pimba. Yala, again, my daughter, Gladness Yala. Keren Ladi, all teachers, Mr. David Kongawi, this guy, my little brother. I do greet Mr. Inosh, Mr. Mike, Mr. Yes, Mr. Smith, all guys, I do greet you from Oreb School. Yes, you know that all guys just even I didn't forget. So later meet next. So that can be Tuesday, they back on Sunday. Tommy?
Yeah.
Nice pleasure for being together with you.
The same to me.
So I think that we're gonna meet next, Tuesday. The back is on Sunday. So with the same teacher, Mr. God bless you.
I, dearest brothers and sisters, BNS, spectators, as far as English are them important, and this one is helping a great number of persons being connected with a great number of persons in the world. The one solution is English. English is the greatest, as I've said, English broadcasting material. English is helping a great number of persons knowing about more things in English. English is the one place that you can find persons debated, exchanging things related, English. What we have to do, just one answer, is just to stay in touch. Each Tuesday it's 5:30 p.m. and on Friday it's 8:00 a.m. Just it's H television with DM Yala.